going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? One Eyebrow back from the PT channel to talk about the Walking Dead Season 8 finale into Season 9, general Walking Dead discussion about Rick, Negan, Maggie, the future of the show, all this good stuff. Obviously, spoiler warning if you haven't seen the Season 8 finale, you just don't want to know any of that stuff. Spoiler warning. So overall, I liked the Season 8 finale. Some people loved it, some people hated it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was pretty good. Was it the best season finale? I'm not sure, but I thought it was pretty good setting up Season 9. If you love The Walking Dead like we do, join our Walking Dead family by subscribing to the PT channel. It's easy. Just hit that subscribe button and get notifications. Now, if you saw the Season 8 finale, you know the fate of Negan. He's alive. And if you know the comics, you kind of knew it was coming. It was kind of annoying that Rick's like, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you, and then he didn't. Well, he tried to. He was going to, but somehow Siddiq was the magic healer and patched him up pretty good. But Negan is alive. I doubt they were going to kill him off because he's a big character for future storylines, especially with Rick and the future of the show. And obviously, Negan has some story left in him. The Walking Dead writers have plans for the character. Killing him off would have been better for the show because it would have made it more realistic. It would have made better sense because Negan is dangerous. That's for sure. Negan around can cause problems. You got to feed him. You got to bathe him. You got to give him some water, food, supplies, and resources. The picture right here is a clear callback to the hospital. Season 1, Episode 1. Rick's in the hospital bed. Negan's kind of in the hospital bed. So it's a nice callback for sure. Season 8 was callback season for sure. Hopefully we'll get more callbacks in Season 9 and 10, 11. But overall, what did you think was the right decision? Should Negan have lived? Should he have died? Should they have kept the same comic arc? And they make little twists and turns in the comics, and some people get different storylines and different things, like Tara got the arrow instead of Rick. But ultimately, they come to the major points. Negan was saved. He was cut in the throat by Rick. Same kind of thing like the comic. He was patched up. Rick didn't lose a hand. He didn't break his leg. So little differences there, probably for just ease of Andrew Lincoln not having to worry about his hand being covered and not having to use a cane and limp around, because Andrew Lincoln likes to run around and be action-packed and do some stunts. If he's wounded, if he's got a broken leg, can't really do that. This was kind of comical. I didn't really like the sequence here with the tree and the bat, and Negan's hand was shot and he was okay, and Rick was getting beat up pretty good. Like, Rick gets beat up in every fight that he's in. Whether he wins them or not, Rick's gonna get beat up. Negan was clearly winning the battle, and for the whole sake of it, Carl saved Negan's life. I don't really buy that. I don't really like that about that. I don't think Carl's death needed to happen on the show at all, and for any reason, but especially not to save Negan's life. I understand what they're doing here. Negan and Rick are going to have, you know, some storyline going forward, and Negan's probably going to save Rick's life somehow down the road, and it's going to be good that Negan's around, and I see what they're doing there, but for Carl to die just doesn't make sense. We'll talk about more in a second. And also, Negan has Rick dead to rights, and he's like, just give me 10 seconds. Give me 10 seconds. I can 10 seconds. And then Negan's like, Carl, like, come on, man. Negan wanted to kill Rick and a bunch of times and vice versa, and you have each other right there in the face, and he's like, Carl wanted this. Carl! And then he has him sliced, and he's like, save him. Save him, Siddiq. You can do it. You're a magical healer. Yeah, right. Like, he's got his throat cut. I doubt you could have saved him that well, that easily. That would have been funny if Rick's like, save him, and Siddiq's like, with what? How am I going to do it? But ultimately, Negan is saved. The more I watch it, I watched the season finale twice, and I thought the season finale was great. It's just kind of annoying that Negan is alive for the future of the show, and Carl was killed for the future of the show, when all of us thought that Carl was the future of the show. It's just, they chose Negan over Carl, and not a lot of people like that by any means. The ratings for the season 8 finale are the lowest since season 2, according to reports, but people use DVR, and they were probably going to watch The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead later in the week, or Monday or Tuesday or later this week, because it was a lot of material to watch, 2 hours worth. I don't like the idea of Maggie and Daryl and Jesus going against Rick. I don't like that at all, But I understand that Maggie would not be happy with keeping Negan alive. And a lot of people are like, how's that going to work? But the way it was portrayed in that hilltop scene with the music and the lighting, and it was just crap. But I feel for Maggie. I was, starting to tear up a little bit when she was like, he killed Glenn. He killed Glenn. He needs to die. No, it's not over until he's done. Until he's gone. That's it. And I feel for her. I would be the same way. But you know what Maggie could have done? Rick's clearly walking away right there. She could have stood up and started to walk towards Negan. Pushed Sadiq out of the way and killed Negan herself. And that would have been awesome. But now we have to worry about Maggie being Rick. If Maggie went over and took Negan out, nobody would have been like, wow, that was dumb. That was stupid. People would have been like, that's my girl, Maggie Rhee, stepping up. Unless you're a Negan lover, you would have loved it that Maggie did that. But it didn't. Now we have to worry about Maggie versus Rick. And how are we going to see this? Negan being part of the community? If this comes around and happens like this, I don't know what the writers are trying to do, but singing Kumbaya like this ain't gonna work. Because I know if there was a person like Negan and he killed my loved one or my family member or something like that, I would never forget it like Maggie. But the way the writers change things, Negan could die. Just ask Chandler Riggs and Carl and all the viewers. That's a major deviation. But again, the writers chose Negan over Carl. And yes, I know Negan has major storylines coming in the comic, and I'm looking forward to a lot of them. But if Negan died on the show, I wouldn't be like, oh my goodness, what are they going to do with this storyline and that now and this one and this interaction and him and Rick and him. I would be okay with it because I don't really care that much about Negan and what's going to happen with that. And don't get me wrong, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is a great guy. I've had the chance to meet him. Awesome guy if you have a chance to. He's very cool, sweet, sincere, and just an awesome, sincere person. But the fact that Carl's letter is the fact that he was spared, why Rick did that, I just don't buy into that. Negan is dangerous, and Rick should know that. Keeping him around serves no purpose. You're gonna rot in a jail cell, and you're gonna see that we can have civilization without it, and you're gonna serve a purpose. What difference does it make if he's in a jail cell or he's in the ground? It makes no difference because the world's gonna carry on without Negan, and it should. It definitely should, and it will. But Negan's going to be there. We'll see what happens. How does he get out of the jail cell and what the future holds? But what do you think, guys? Was it the right decision to spare Negan's life or not? I see the strengths and weaknesses of both sides. Post your comments below. If you're on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, of course, we are at the PT channel. We're also on another YouTube channel, The Walking Dead News. We have live streams going there on Sundays and other content that's just Walking Dead related and Fear the Walking Dead and comics. A lot of good stuff on there. We have a goal of 100,000 subscribers on both channels. We have prizes and giveaways coming up. When we hit 2,000 subscribers on The Walking Dead News, we'll have a prize giveaway quiz. Remember, guys, believe in yourself. If you can dream it, you can do it.